Each year at the fall commencement, Missouri State University presents the Bronze Bear Award, which is one of the highest honors the university bestows. The award recognizes those who have exhibited, quote, extraordinary achievement and/or outstanding support, unquote, for the university. Recipients of the Bronze Bear are approved by the Board of Governors based on recommendations by the university president and administrative council, and supported by the faculty and staff senates, as well as the Student Government Association. Today, we are honored to present the 19th Bronze Bear Award to Dr. Paul Durham. The university is proud to present this recognition to Dr. Durham, a frequently invited guest lecturer and the author of more than 75 peer-reviewed research articles and more than 150 published abstracts. He received a PhD from the University of Iowa in Iowa City. He is a distinguished professor of cell biology at Missouri State University and the director of the Center for Biomedical and Life Sciences. His long-term research interest involves understanding the cellular and molecular mechanisms by which inflammatory and anti-inflammatory agents control neuron-glia interactions and gene expression in disorders involving trigeminal nerves. During his 16 years at Missouri State, Dr. Durham has received more than $14 million in external funding to support his research. A major focus of his research has been to elucidate the cellular molecular mechanisms by which novel drugs and I practiced these words, I promised. I can't get that one. What is it? Nutraceuticals. Nutraceuticals modulate the excitability state of neurons and glial cells under pathological conditions. Thank you. You can tell I'm not a scientist. More recently, his laboratory has been investigating epigenetic changes in response to changes in diet, sleep pattern, and chronic inflammation. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Paul Durham on this award.
I am greatly honored and humbled in receiving the Bronze Bear Award. I would like to thank the selection committee and the Board of Governors for believing I am deserving of this prestigious award. As with any accomplishment, I am very grateful to the support and guidance I have received from the administration, faculty, and staff here at Missouri State University. Truly a team effort. It is great to be part of the Bear family. I am also deeply indebted to the incredible research scientists, graduate students, and undergraduate students that I've had the pleasure of working with as peers in my research lab. One of my greatest pleasures is mentoring students in the area of biomedical research. Our success is largely attributable to the very talented and dedicated MSU students that have been instrumental in generating the results used in our publications, grant applications, and speaking opportunities. I want to take this time to thank my wonderful, understanding wife and best friend, Debbie, whom I have been happily married to for 30 years, and our 4 kids, Josh, Zach, Tyler, and Jessica, for always supporting my passion for doing research and teaching. I am truly blessed. I owe a great debt to my father, and especially my mother, who passed away earlier this year, for inspiring me in the sciences. My mother fostered in me and encouraged my passion for experimenting and tinkering by allowing me to go into her high school, where she was a biology and chemistry teacher, and play with chemicals, mostly under supervision, but not always, encouraging me to build and launch model rockets, build volcanoes for our train set in the basement, and providing the opportunity to look through a microscope at pond water for hours on end, and doing dissections literally at our kitchen table. I would now like to share a few thoughts with you before you graduate today. I have been a scientist for more than 30 years. I believe that being a scientist is one of the most rewarding, yet challenging of career paths. Along the way, I've become very familiar with three words that I would like to share with you today and have been integral in my path in life. The three words are crisis, perseverance, and humility. Though often viewed as a negative word, I have chosen to look at a crisis simply as a turning point. If you reflect on your own life and academic experience, how many times have you faced a crisis, or rather a turning point? Close your eyes for a moment, but don't go to sleep, and think about a particular crisis. It could be a medical issue, a challenging course that you had to get through, a death in the family, or of a close friend, or a difficult relationship. I know when I reflect on my life, I've always been amazed by how many times in my life that a crisis became an opportunity to reevaluate my priorities and change my life for the better. In research, there have been many times when students presented me with results that did not fit my hypothesis or goal, but rather than getting frustrated or upset, I realized that I was now presented with a new and exciting way to view the world, hopefully discovering something new that no one had ever seen before. The second word is perseverance. Many times in my career, I've had to overcome major obstacles to achieve a particular goal. I had to keep searching for the answer, hence why it's called research. I basically had to persevere, or proceed through those difficult times. Think again about your own life and how you've been able to persevere when you have been faced with a crisis. Each time that you've had to persevere through a crisis, you have become stronger as an individual, student, or friend. During times of crisis, it is important to remain humble, and that's my third word. Having humility is a trait that I learned early in my academic career. Humility is an important trait for a scientist or an informed citizen if you truly want to understand. I'm reminded daily on how little we really know about how biological organisms function, so one should never pretend to know more than they do. Humility allows you to admit that you don't know something, and thus gives you the freedom to turn to others for help, whether it be a problem to solve in the lab or in your life. I hope that you will remember these three words: crisis, which I tend to view as a turning point, and I see it as an opportunity; perseverance, that ability to push through, and again, remember to rely on your friends when you need those times and use your inner strength; and humility, which I believe is a word that is key to true wisdom. Anybody who's had my classes know that I'm fond of quoting Albert Einstein, and one of my favorites is simply to never stop questioning. So I challenge each of you as you go forward in your life to never stop searching for answers to your deepest questions. Seek the truth in all walks of life, and remember that if you really want to see the truth, don't have an opinion. I hope that all of you graduating today will follow your passion and find your place in society where you can best share your time, unique talents, and treasures. Thank you again for this great honor, and best wishes on life's journey. Thank you.